Thank you for clicking on this video. Hi, my name is Melanie. I'm a financial analyst, and on my channel, we talk about passive income, side hustles, entrepreneurship, all the fun financial stuff. So if you like videos like that, don't forget to subscribe. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how not to be broke in 2023. Nobody wants to be broke, and this is the new year, so let's talk about how to get our money together. Number one is understanding money. So if you don't understand money, if you don't understand your savings, if you don't understand your credit score, if you don't understand compound interest, if you don't understand any of these, then you're going to be broke. So for the life of me, I have no idea why they don't have financial literacy in high schools and in college. These are people that are entering the work world. They need some real life skills, but instead they're learning stuff that I don't even think is necessary at all to learn. So that is the number one rule about how not to be broke. Number two, change your mindset. So if you have $300, for example, in your checking account, then you cannot spend $300 because then you will be broke. You'll have $0. You see how that works? This is something a lot of people do. They feel like, oh, I have this extra money. That means it can go right out the door. I can spend it on something. But businesses love when we do that because their job is to market to us, make us think that we need stuff when we don't. And this is how they stay in business, selling stuff to us and we buy it. But they don't care if you don't have enough money to pay your next bill. They don't care if you don't have enough money in your rainy day fund. They just want you to buy their stuff. So don't fall into that. Don't spend everything that you have. Number three, zero APR is a trap. A lot of people think, oh, I have this new credit card. The introductory rate is zero APR, or I can buy my new mattress with zero APR, or my new TV, or whatever it is. This is a trap. First, do the math. Are you going to be able to pay it down to zero before the zero APR runs out? The creditor is counting on you having a lot of money left over when the introductory rate is ending. And then the introductory rate when it ends is probably something terrible, like 27%. That's a lot of interest that you're paying for whatever it is that you bought. So make sure before you get that new credit card with a 0% APR, make sure you do the math. Hey, if I make this credit card full and max it out, can I pay all the money back before the introductory rate is over so that I don't have to pay any interest at all? Or just do the math and figure out, can I pay this in 15 months and how much interest will I have to pay? Or 16 months and how much interest will I have to pay? This kind of thinking is going to help you not get a whole bunch of loans or credit cards or whatever it is with a zero APR. Number four, and how not to be broke in 2023. We all know, we've heard, okay, the recession is coming. There's a recession. We have to save up our money or do whatever everybody does in a recession. But now we should be focusing on what kind of income is recession proof. I'll give you an example. So in 2020, there were a lot of people lost their job. They didn't have any income because they were maybe a bartender or a cashier somewhere at a physical place or a waitress or whatever it was. And those are the businesses that got shut down due to the pandemic. But the people who were selling on Amazon were making well over what they normally made in 2019 because that is where all the shoppers went. That's where all the money went. But a lot of people transitioned. They saw that and they said, this job isn't recession proof, or this job isn't pandemic proof. I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to do something else. So when you're looking for a side hustle this year, or when you're looking for something to give you a little bit more income, I would look for something that is recession proof. If your regular 9-to-5 is not recession proof, I would look for a side hustle or some other way to earn money that is recession proof, so you can have something coming in if you get furloughed or if you lose your job temporarily or whatever the case may be. Number five, this one is easier said than done. And a lot of people know this, but they do it anyway. Stop borrowing for everything. Stop putting everything on your credit card. A lot of people buy things on their credit card because it's easier and they don't use their debit card. According to CNBC, when people buy things on their credit card, an MRI showed that a region of their brain is rewarded. It's called the striatum, and that region of their brain was activated when they use their credit card. This area of their brain is responsible for dopamine. So when we use our credit card, it's exciting, it's fun, it's joyful. But when we use our debit card, it's a little bit stressful and a little bit fearful because we know that that money is coming out of our account right then and there when we swipe our debit card. But when we swipe our credit card, it's just this happy feeling. And I feel like it's because we know that it's not our money, it's the creditor's money, and we're just borrowing it, for a little bit, and we'll pay them back later. But don't get into that trap either. Don't always use your credit card for everything, and at the end of the month, you spent $2,000, $3,000 more than you budgeted because you were having fun just swiping away. So number 6 is make debt payoff a priority. So if you are in debt, you have credit card debt or student loan debt or whatever it is, make that a priority over spending money on things you don't need. So if you have to pay your mortgage and then you have to pay your credit cards, pay your debts first before you go and plan a trip to wherever you're planning a trip to. So this is really important. Why? Because when you're paying off debt, there's interest involved and they are charging you money for having you wait and pay them off. So the faster you pay them off, the less money you'll be wasting and paying them in interest. So this is not done very easily if you are in a lot of debt, but it's done easily if you just have, one credit card. So try to pay down that credit card, get it to zero, get it out of there so you can focus on paying the regular bills like your cell phone and your mortgage or whatever it is. Number 7, don't put off saving until you're out of debt. So this kind of goes with number 6. A lot of people say, well, I'm $10,000 in debt or $30,000 in debt, so I can't afford to save anything. But when that happens, you have $0 in your savings account and you're in debt. But when there's a rainy day that happens and you need some money, you have to go back to that credit card that you're trying to pay off, and you make that credit card balance even greater, and you make your debt even greater, and you make your interest payments even greater. So what I would do is, even if you save $5 a month, if you feel like all I have is $5, I'm going to save that $5 because in a few months it's going to be whatever it is. So try to save, even if it's a little bit, when you're paying off your debt, try to set aside a few dollars to save, because if you do have a rainy day, you want to be able to go to your savings account as opposed to going to that credit card that already has debt on it. That is a really good notion to kind of learn for breaking down your budget. So when you do your 2023 budget, you can say, well, I know I'm in debt, I know I'm paying off debt, I'll throw this money to the credit card, but then I'll set aside this money for my savings account. So according to CNBC, 56% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings or checking account to pay for an emergency. So this tells you that more than half of Americans don't have any money in case an emergency happens. They have to rely on their credit card or on loved ones to help them pay for whatever that emergency was. So number 8, this is my bonus one, and I just want to say this one happens a lot, but you wouldn't think that it happens a lot, but because of social media and all these things, this happens a lot. Number 8 is stop competing with other people and going broke. So ever since Facebook and Instagram and all these different things, we are able to get on social media and show people what we're doing and what we're eating and what we have and what our whole life is. But if you are buying things just to compete with other people, you're gonna go broke if this is well above your means. So stop doing this. When you do this, people don't care if you just bought a new BMW because it's not their BMW. So they look at it on Instagram or whatever and they say, oh, this is great. And then they swipe the picture and they think about something else, or they think about the next person. So it really doesn't matter to them how much stuff or how much expensive stuff you have. it's not going to do anything for them, and it's not going to do anything for you except for make you broke. So please live within your means in 2023, because that is the biggest tip I can give everybody for not being broke in 2023. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope these tips really helped you out, and I hope that in 2023, we will not be broke. We will be instead making money at our side hustles or wherever we're making money at, and our passive incomes. If you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the bell notification so you're notified the next time I upload a video. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.